Be right back.
You should just you should use your luck blade to teleport us to level 20. So we just skip a whole entire level.
All things in good time. We're still only, what, level 15? We gotta grind a little more, my man.
Hey, I feel like I could beat him at level 15. That was a joke. I'm not actually serious about that.
This was silly.
Anyone want to trade magic items?
Oh yeah, I would love to. Who wants the gas mask?
I don't really want my telekinesis ring.
I would totally take that.
That's
So what do
actually...
you have to trade?
You want to detect thoughts?
No.
No. I do like your ring,
What
but...
if I cancel my ring of regeneration, and then cancel... Oh, yeah, that's what I got. And then, yeah, I don't know, we can work this out.
Yeah.
We can work this out with some trade deals. Would you like a ring of regeneration for it?
Would the want to trade?
I feel like we each got items that are better suited for other people.
Yeah.
Well, I would really like detect thoughts because that would really help me with my whole I speak other languages and want to give suggestions and persuade people.
Right.
But, you know, I don't know. I think I'd use it. But Jiminy Crickets, was that one? They're all attunable items, right?
Yeah, they're all tunable.
I am just out of attuning slots, man.
Yeah, I'm having to get rid of my Ioun Stone, which is just +1.
Wait, so I'm attuned. Well, I got rid of that, so I'm not attuned to that anymore. So I still want to bother.
I'm thinking about retiring my Frostband rapier and just hanging it on the wall somewhere since Lift gave it to me and it requires attunement, and I pretty much never get in melee range of anything.
Right.
Sounds smart.
Well, if you do trade with Brady, I'm down with trading the telekinesis ring for that ring of regeneration from him.
I'd be up for that, 'cause I never get it either.
Everybody's happy with that?
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll put Ring of Regeneration with Rick. And we will put the Ring of Telekinesis with Campbell. And Detect Thoughts with Telfar.
Hey, Anthony, you want to trade the ring of regeneration for your adaptation thing?
Yeah.
Okay, that would work. Because I have disadvantage on poison as it is.
Oh, cool. Well, I wouldn't mind more health or getting health back faster.
It's like 1d6 every 10 minutes, and then you regen your limbs.
I don't know about you guys, but once this is over, I don't really look for situations where I'm going to lose health. I'm looking at situations where I gain alcohol or, you know.
This is definitely the dungeon that when you're done you retire.
Yes.
It's essentially what Durnan and Mert did.
Yep. The yawning portal. Or...
Yep. Bought a tavern and retired.
Dang straight, man.
So, what have you decided? Are you going to go back up to the tavern, or are you going to go down to the next level?
We were just swapping loot. That's all we were doing.
Oh, okay.
But as far as Telfar goes, like I don't need a rest or anything. I'm good.
Okay.
I don't necessarily need to go back.
Aaron needs to rest up. I used all of my luck in the previous room. And, then I got wailed on by some stupid...
So you need a long rest, but not necessarily to go all the way back up to the surface.
Nah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can definitely take a long rest. Get your hit points and spell slots back.
I'm not the one carrying around a sack full of silver pieces. We can We could use that to lay a trail so we can backtrack. We won't get lost in the maze. Just toss a silver piece every 10 feet.
Yeah. Do that with the copper pieces.
And we have
Those are
to do that.
those are already spoken for. We're giving all of those to the church now.
That's true.
Oh, what the hell did I just open? God damn it.
Okay. So after your long rest, you make your way back to Area 11 and head down to level 20.
That was level 19. Are we on level
Or
19?
yeah, no, you're right, level 19.
Imagine being on level 19. Is that a crack? That looks like a kraken. I don't like that. Like a really big kraken.
We already dealt with an aboleth, which we should not have been able to survive.
I know, right?
Boat? Damn.
There we go.
I think that actually might be a submarine now that I look at it because it has a hatch.
That is a freaking huge, huge ship.
There's not even like water down here. Like it's just like stuck in a little like pond. Unless that's just like endless water below it and it's floating. Oh, someone's talking.
Alright, so we gotta do the left-hand wall, follow the left-hand wall thing through the maze, or what's the...
So hold on here. I'm putting you guys in here. You're going to want to go all the way over to the left. You'll find 1A and up to level 18. Let's see here.
Let's see if we can take the shortest route to level 20.
You could just wish us there, but no. Don't walk the ways.
That is not worth a wish.
I don't think you can because you can't like teleport or anything.
You can wish to teleport us somewhere.
You
I
can
can't
wish for...
use the teleport spell, but I'm not going to.
You can wish for a helm of teleportation.
That actually might be.
Wish for a tasty dish.
Yeah.
Basically, you stick that love blade in your bag of holding or something like that, and do not attune to it until you can control your words.
You have to stand in front of a mirror and practice your wishes.
Yeah.
I wish you'd shut up. Damn it. I only have 2.
Hey, just wish to kill Hollister. Yeah, that's.
Okay.
That's too anticlimactic.
We'll wish for Hallister to get 1 HP, and then wish for him to teleport to us.
What are you, a bard? You're looking for, like, story elements here?
Yes, I like that about Dungeons and Dragons, is that you can have a story.
Well, you have to be as an in character. It would be more convenient if you just teleported him to us, gave him 1 hit point.
Dorothy is a secret bard.
Yeah.
A little bit. A little.
You guys ruin Aaron's like epic life quest like that. That's like an ultimate kill steal. Here Aaron is running around the world going, we have to stop Hallister. Nothing is as important, and you guys are just like, let's just wish him out of existence.
No, that's not what we said. We said hit 1 point, then teleport him here. Then Aaron can hit him with a 1 hit point.
Yeah, we just gotta do it the smart way, not the hard way.
We should go back in time and meet Hallister's great grandfather. When did we kill him?
I was just thinking, like, do you remember back in the day when kill stealing was actually a thing? It was such bullshit too. I remember playing EverQuest Adventures on PlayStation 2, and it was like that. So like you would do all the work, and you'd get the guy down to like the last thread of his hit points, and then somebody else would come along and kill him, and they would get all the XP. It was yeah.
Now it's more percentage based.
Right. Kill stealing and trains, where you that used to be one of our favorite things to do. We would run into a high level area, piss off all the mobs, and then run and have them chase us. And we'd stay close enough so that we'd have just this line of them behind us, and we would run into a low level area and let them kill everybody. It was hilarious.
That is so awful and hilarious at the same time.
Meanwhile, you're spamming in chat. Choo choo. Hilarious. So you guys, you come into this tunnel, and you can tell that if you've been in Undermountain long enough that you can tell that this tunnel was bored by what looks like it was probably bored by a very large purple worm some time ago.
This is like the second hole we run into that's like been made by.
Yeah, there's a lot of purple worms underground.
Would ever bore me. I think that would just be terrifying. I don't think I'd get bored.
Right? Yeah, never get bored with being terrified of purple worms. You come into Area 1A here, and it is a 50-foot high cavern that contains the wreck of a cog, which is a 54-foot long cargo vessel that has a single mast. It is a shipwreck. The ship is broken in half. The shattered bow is aiming northward, and the aft section is leaning against the east wall. The oak hull is soft and waterlogged, as though the vessel had been underwater for years, and both halves are encrusted with barnacles. The mast and anchor have broken off and lie in the middle of the cave, with the mast pointing towards a shimmering curtain of water to the west. So right here there is a wall of water, and you can see through this wall of water into the next room. It's not a waterfall, it's just a wall of seawater.
Oh boy.
Huh?
There are no sails, there's no rigging, you don't see any crew. The ship's square sail and rigging is all missing. What would you like to do?
I'd like to touch the wall of water.
Okay. Your hand gets wet.
And you said that there's a rotted ship in here, right?
Yes.
I'm going to investigate the remains of the ship.
Okay. Make an investigation check, Aaron. And so, Shamish, you put your hand in the wall of water, and yeah, your hand gets wet. And
how does one do those pointy triangle things?
Pointy triangle things.
Oh, they're playing with roll.
The arrows.
Oh.
The arrows.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, the 10 feet, 20 feet.
Oh.
The arrows.
It is the little circle with the ruler. It looks like an upside down Q.
It's a comb. Looks like a comb, like an old comb in it.
Yeah.
Just someone's shoving down a sinkhole.
So this wall of water is 20 feet high, and you determine that it looks to be about a foot thick, and it is shimmering green seawater.
All right. Well, I'm checking out the shipwreck.
What did you get?
Just gonna see.
What did you get on your investigation check?
22.
So, you in your investigation, towards the aft section of the ship, over here.
Okay.
Hold on. Shoo, huh. You discover in the hull, in the aft section of the ship, you find a square hole, and it is a square, smooth cut hole, and it is below where the water line would have been. Make a history check.
Huh. This is a hole big enough to sink the ship?
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely.
I do not have a good history knowledge of this. I'll mention it to the party. This looks like this thing's been sabotaged or something. Is it clean cut, like with a saw?
It is very smooth. Make an Arcana check.
Another thing I'm not great at, but 12.
How far are you good at?
Yeah, you don't know what could have made this hole, but it is almost perfectly square.
Right.
So someone probably saw it open.
And it's the ship's too old for me to see if there are like saw blade marks or anything like that in the wood.
No.
It's too clean there's no splinters or rips. It's
Right.
just been cut.
It doesn't even look like it. It doesn't even necessarily look like it's been cut. It looks like it is, like I said, it is perfectly smooth.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like whatever was in this hole was there, and then it just wasn't there.
Right. Well, that's interesting. And this big ship, this is clearly down at the bottom where it would sink it.
Right.
And I don't find any corpses or signs that it was used for war or shipping cargo or anything like that. There's not enough ship left for me to tell anything like that.
No.
Okay.
Nope. The best that you can determine is that the hole is below the water line.
And I'll look around the ground here. I don't know if it's suitable, but I want to see if the ship was drug here or just sat here. So are there like scrape marks along the floor that lead to where the ship is, or is it just perfectly smoothly, gently laid here?
It not even so much laid here. It looks like it just appeared here. There are no drag marks at all.
Okay. I'll share that information and say that there's no corpses in here, but something really bizarre cut a perfectly square hole in it and sunk this thing, and then this piece of ship got somehow teleported into here. Hey, Shamish, have you stuck your head through that wall of water yet?
No, I have not.
Cancel. Make a Arcana check. What'd you get? Cancel? ooze cancel?
Can I find out the name
You
of the ship?
can't.
Does the ship have a name?
You are able to find a name on the front end of the ship, up towards the where the at the very front, you find a placard that reads the Blue Opal.
All right. Well, while they're checking that out, I'm going to ask Sarah to help me find like shipping manifests or information about the Blue Opal.
Okay, go ahead and make your check.
Go ahead now is
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it's gonna take me 7 minutes
Okay,
before I find anything.
okay. Cancel. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Now yeah.
What'd you get on your
My internet died for a second and messed everything up.
Oh, make an Arcana check.
I rolled and then my internet died when I was saying it. 18.
18. So Cancel looks at this square hole, and Cancel is able to determine that this square hole appears to have been made by a disintegration spell.
I kind of knew that. I kind of thought that because of how smooth it was.
Instead of 7 minutes, it's gonna take me about just under a minute.
Okay.
I was looking at how my my book works.
So
With that use of disintegration, right?
your book brings up an archived article from a couple of years ago. It is a broadsheet clipping that talks about the Blue Opal sank in Waterdeep's harbor a few years ago under mysterious circumstances, and that the crew was rescued by merfolk who live in the harbor.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I'll look for the crew manifest to see like who was the captain at the time, and
You don't find any of that. It's been underwater long enough that anything like that would have just disintegrated.
Okay.
Chris, it really would have been nice of you to let me know. Merfolk in the harbor. I could have been snoozing on merladies all this time.
Yes, there's merfolk in the harbor of in Deepwater Harbor of Waterdeep. There's also a young gold dragon that's moved in.
Man, you have not been invited to the right parties.
Why did I know about the gold dragon? We're a huge fan of dragons.
He worships Lathander.
Too big of a dragon.
No.
So Anthony or Shamish, you're messing around with this water wall, and you just kind of testing it out. You throw a rock through this wall of water, and it goes through the wall of water, and you can see it land on the other side.
Huh? That's confusing.
Throw your gargoyle in. Oh wait, no, he's not here.
We don't even know where he is. Like, we haven't seen him since.
So I've had some fun with the with looking up old records, and now I'm going to go over and check out this wall of water and kick the black chicken through the wall of water.
Wait a minute. If well, us fighting that dragon didn't happen, and me getting the dragon egg didn't happen. That means me kicking him through the portal never happened.
That's true.
Damaged. So
You're right.
technically,
So you're just blind and he's been here all along.
yeah. Or we left him in one of those tubes. He's just sitting there, waiting to be rescued.
It's no wonder that gargoyle hates you.
Yeah.
So, Aaron kicks the black chicken through the wall of water, or curtain of water, and the chicken splashes into the water, and you can see it flopping around on the other side.
Alright, I'll walk through it.
Okay.
I can't believe the chicken didn't die when we severed its tie in the ethereal plane.
I wanna just
It was
walk through it.
foolproof.
I hate that chicken.
So you both step through the wall of water, and you get really wet. And any non-magical flames that go through the water would be extinguished. You are, like I said, it is just water. The first thing that you notice when you step through the wall of water is that you can only hear sound that's about 5 feet on the other side. Everything beyond that is, the sound is dampened. You can't hear it. And you see that to the south, there is another wall of water.
I try to kick the chicken through that, but he's mad at me and I can't get him anymore.
What are the rest of you doing? You see them step through this wall of water.
Delphar is gonna throw his hood up, activate his bat wings, and do a little snooping at the southeastern tunnel.
Okay.
Just recon. Going 60, or sorry, we'll dash through it. Going like 120 feet.
Okay.
Be looking.
You want to make a? Do you want to make a stealth check?
37 on myself.
Okay.
I'll put it in the blue bubble.
Okay. So Telfar, you zip through this tunnel, and you come into this room here, all the way over to the east, and you see that this cavern's about 60 feet high, and it contains a large pool of viscid, foul-smelling ooze that flows sluggishly to the northwest.
All right.
Out here, let's see, right here, on the eastern side of this pile of ooze, you see that there is an orb about 10 feet in diameter and is floating 5 feet above this pool of ooze. And the orb is weeping a continuous stream of this disgusting ooze into the pool, and it appears to be the source. Here,
discovered
you see...
the terminus
Yes, yes.
of the sewers of Waterdeep.
There's only 3.
Right here, you see that there is a what looks to be a mud mephit, and it's got a stick, and it's poking the ooze, and like sitting there going, "This sucks. Man, I hate this. Hate being down here. Hate my job." And it's just poking the ooze with this stick and complaining.
Does he look like he's hurting it?
No.
Like urging it north westward? Nah, just poking it?
Just poking it.
Being bored? I don't know. Alright, mud method poking some stinky ooze.
Yes, and complaining.
And complaining.
You're gonna pick up a quest from the Mud Methods, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Pass. Next person.
Okay. Cancel. What are you doing? I think you're muted again. Or your internet died.
My theory is that there's a matching orb at the very exit of all the sewers of Waterdeep. And everything that hits that orb comes flowing out of this orb.
It's just a portal.
It's a drain, yeah.
Yeah. Thrick, what are you doing?
I will go over to Aaron
Okay.
and so where are the mud people from us or whatever they're
So they're all the way to the east where Telfar is. You guys aren't aware of the method.
Oh, okay, so yeah. I'll just investigate this with him, I guess.
Okay. It looks like Norite stepped away. Let's take another little 5-minute.
Leave the bathroom.
Okay, let's take a little 5-minute break here and let everybody catch their breath. I need to walk. My knee is killing me. Oh, need to get up and stretch it out.
Where's it go? I'm loving this map, y'all. I don't know, but an orb of ooze and a squid-shaped ship, and I don't know. I'm digging this.
Yeah. It's 10 feet around, so it's not like we're going to take it with us or anything, and it just squeezes out. Blech. So
I don't know, but yeah, that seems to be like the exact kind of thing that would fascinate a halfling that loves were rats and weird shit.
yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder if the top of the orb oozy, or is it solid and it's just coming out the sides and the bottom, or it's just
Well, I'm down to fly over and check it out since I ain't got to get my feet wet.
yeah. You could poke a stick in it on the top and see if it's like a glass ball that stuff's coming out of, or
Totally.
have you those they have those faucets like you have outside that you use for a hose to water your lawn, and the faucet is floating in the air with a continuous stream of water coming out of it.
Oh, I've seen those. It's a trick. There's a tube.
Yeah, there's a tube that goes up the water, and it's yeah. But see, that's what this thing is. It's a floating with ooze constantly coming down. There's probably a tube at the bottom inside of that column of ooze that's pumping the ooze back up.
Yeah. You're onto something there. I just know it.
Uh-huh.
That's a good concept.
Why would you worry about making a levitating orb that vomits mud? It's not even good mud. A mud method doesn't like it.
Yeah, seriously. Well, I don't know. I zoomed way out on this map, and I don't know. It looks like there's ooze flowing all the way to the north, and maybe that ship is stuck in ooze. Maybe we'll get a quest to go. I don't know, disrupt the ooze so that the ship can go free. I'm just trying to guess what the level holds.
Ooze for the ooze gods.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, and the ship itself, when we finally get to it, it's going to be an interesting challenge because we want that sucker up on the top. We want that thing to move. That looks like a badass ship. It's shaped like a stick. That is totally. We have a flying ship. This could be either a submarine or a spelljammer, and We need to add this to our garage.
You have my full support in that notion. But I'm also like wondering where all the singing and dancing that was referred to was. If that was sarcasm, then Telfar doesn't get it.
Maybe they're having a constant party on the ship.
Yeah, that's why Telfar was so eager to break away and go exploring. He's looking for the party. He wants to see the singing and the dancing. It sounds like a great time.
Uh-huh. They're a bunch of pirates.
What's that?
Bunch of pirates dancing on the ship. What is isn't there's some shoes or some sort of dancing curse thing, isn't there?
Is there? Is it a Tasha's hideous dance or something like that?
I don't know. Well, I'm just a rogue, what do I know? But
Yeah,
I thought there was
that's part.
there's definitely the Fable about, you put on the shoes and you dance until you die.
Yeah, the iron slippers or the red hot slippers or whatever they're called. I think there's a word for that exact torture device, but I don't know what it is.
Ugh.
Something shoes, slippers, boots, I don't know. There's a word for it. It escapes me.
I'm gonna look for shoes and see if I can find them.
Anyhow, then I reckon Telfar's a pretty safe bet for splitting from the party with that, super fast flight speed and stealthiness. Like, if I do get spotted, hopefully I can do a super fast runaway.
Oh yeah. Well, and you could. The ceiling is so high here, you can be 30 feet off the ground.
Anyways, do any of you guys mind if I just do a little recon around the map and like come back and report to everybody?
No, huh?
We don't even know you left.
Just don't die.
I won't die. I'm
She
good.
won't even be seen. No one will even see the map.
If you do die, make sure they don't eat your body.
They won't even feel like they're not alone. Her presence will be just completely unnoticed in every way.
Unless, of course, I get tempted by something interesting.
Okay.
There's a 6th level spell, Otto's Irresistible Dance.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's what I was thinking of.
Now, is that the same Otto that ran the Inn of the Last Home in the Dragonlance books, I wonder?
I don't think so. I think Otto has been around a lot longer than Dragonlance.
Yeah, probably.
I forgot that there was an Otto that ran the Inn of the Last Home. Huh. So, Cancel. What are you doing? Are you there yet?
I'm just keeping watch.
Okay. Did you want to stay outside the wall of water? I mean, you've seen Aaron, Shamish, and Thrick go through the wall of water.
Let's join them.
Okay. And Norte,
Full party.
what are you doing? Norte?
Bueller.
Is Norte not hearing me?
Yes?
What would you like to do? You see Shamish, Cancel, Thrick, and Aaron go through the wall of water.
I think I will probably... I might do the same.
Okay.
I don't know. We shouldn't split the party, but I'm tempted to go the opposite direction.
Nobody ever knows where Telfar goes.
Right. Yeah, it's not unusual for you to not really know where Telfar is.
Okay. If Narote knows Telfar, he's probably scouting somewhere.
That would be a safe assumption, yeah. So, you guys step through. You guys are all through this wall of water. You're wet. You can see that there is another wall of water here. This one wider than the first one, and you can see an empty space on the other side.
I'll stick my arm through it to see how thick it is, and if my arm gets chopped off.
Nope, it's about 1 foot thick, just like the previous one.
All right, I'll walk through.
Let's go through.
Okay, let's move everybody en masse.
Or take it off of my face.
So when you step through, you see yet another wall of water here. But when you get close to it, you can start to hear the sound of harp music coming from the other side, very faintly, like like the wall of water is deadening the sound. But you can faintly hear the sound of harp music.
Okay, this concerns me. Given the nautical theme, there are monsters that can enthrall you with sound. So, if I will volunteer if nobody else does, but I want a rope tied around my waist, and the rest of you guys will hang on to it while I walk through. And if I'm all fine and dandy and life is good, then no problem. But if I start wandering off, pull me back.
Okay.
So, boom, I'm through.
Okay. The harp music intensifies. I will come right back to you. So, Telfar, you are sitting there and you're hidden, and you see this mud mephit poking the ooze. Man, that sounds like a euphemism.
Aaron,
Yeah.
I should probably have went instead of you. With my cloak, I can't be charmed.
Well, but that wouldn't be a very good test.
So
I'm gonna fly over the mud method and fly over the spooky thing and try to get a decent look at that orb from above without giving away his position.
Okay. So you notice that the cavern ceiling is dotted with stalactites, and that this flow of ooze, there's a number of stalagmites sticking up, and the ooze just flows right around them. And when you get closer to this orb, you determine that the orb itself looks like it's made out of the same ooze that it is weeping out.
Poke it. Poke the...
I'm not gonna poke the ooze yet.
Drop a silver piece into it.
Let's do.
Oh yeah, let's pour my 1,000 silver pieces into it.
Telfar, make a perception check.
Yeah. Ooh, I am really, really interested in this orb and absolutely nothing else. Trying to decide whether or not I should poke it. I don't know.
You notice in the ooze, out of the corner of your eye, you see the ooze kind of take on the form of what looks like a humanoid, and it kind of dances in the ooze, and then it just goes and slops back into the pool.
Where did I see that?
In the pool, in this pool of ooze here, you see this ooze come up and take the shape of like a humanoid of some type, dance around, and then slop back into the ooze.
You found the party.
I know, Telfar's really disappointed. Like, if this is the party, then I'm not interested. Anyways, I think for the rest of my movement, I'll probably take a peek in this corner and then pass on my turn.
Okay. Let's see. Make a perception check. So, in your investigations over in this area, in this...
Wait, was it perception or investigation?
Either one.
Well, perception I got a +9 in. Investigation I got a +2, so it matters.
So, perception.
Okay, yeah. The 29.
So, when you're over here looking around in this entire area, you see that this passage here, over to all the way to the east, is separated by a pit. And this pit,
It's full of ooze.
well, so the pit looks like it's 20 feet across, and it looks like it's about 20 feet deep. And at the bottom of this pit, you see 3 black puddings. But after observing them for a minute, you notice that these black puddings don't act like normal black puddings. They seem to have some kind of intelligence. Like, they're moving around like they're trying to stand guard or looking for something.
They're playing cards.
Yeah.
Are we talking about, like, the British food, or is that a monster?
Black pudding is a
Like
monster.
a slime.
Yeah, it's like a
Oh,
slime.
okay. But, like, I had no idea that was a monster in the monster manual. I thought that was, like, literally a food. Okay.
It's a bad monster.
Yeah, it's bad food. That's bad food. Alright. Okay, so I see some pudding. Yeah, cool. The end. Next.
Okay. So at this point, are you going to head back, or are you going to stay where you're at?
I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay. So, Aaron,
Whatever happens first.
you step into this room. Magical harp music fills a 30-foot high cavern. There's a 15-foot deep freshwater pool. And you see, in the middle of the pool, here, there is a Merid. Kind of treading water and swimming around, and he turns to you. Now, a Merid is a type of genie. And the Merid turns to you and says, "Oh, please invite your friends in, yes?"
Well, we're a cautious group, and we wanted to make sure that we weren't intruding on people that would be offended by it, and perhaps try and kill us or anything along those lines first.
He goes, "Allow me to introduce myself," and he sprouts a water spout comes up out of the pond, and he's sitting on it cross-legged, and he claps his hands, and the harp music changes into a full Disney-style orchestral number, and he starts singing.
With a little crab.
No. The refrain is sung by quippers that are swimming in the lake, and that during the refrain they shoot up on little spouts of water and sing in a chorus, and then they go back into the water, and he sings, "Welcome to my grotto, call me king of the cray, Icklith Glug's my name, I'm the catch of the day." And the quippers come up and they sing, "He's the catch of the day," and they go back into the water. And he says, "The ocean's my oyster, the waves are mine to rule, Icklith Glug's my name, baddest fish in the school." And the quippers come up, and he's the baddest fish in the school, and they flop back down in the water. And he says, "I'm current, I'm the tide, I'll rain on your parade, Icklith Glug's my name, I'm the siren, serenade." And they come up, "He's the siren, serenade," and they go back down in the water. And he says, "I'll drown you in riches, I might go overboard, Icklith Glug's my name, but please refer to me as my lord." And he says, "Now you know, I am Icklith."
It is nice to meet you.
Well done, Chris.
That was really good, yeah.
Yeah,
I was seeing it, I was hearing it. That was great.
Yeah.
And he says, please, bring in your friends. I have something to request of you."
can speak for my friends. Is there something that perhaps you need some assistance with that I can help you with?
Indeed I do. You see, I need for somebody, I cannot leave this cavern, but I need for somebody to go down to the next level of Undermountain. And I need you to bring me back a Lich's phylactery. The Lich is named Ezat. Very bad fellow. If you could bring me his phylactery, I would be very thankful.
Well, a phylactery for a Lich is a very powerful item, and normally I would destroy such a thing in order to rid the world of a horrible...
Oh, no, no, no. No, I have other plans for it. Please do not destroy it.
Yes, well, you would keep this Lich in its unlife?
Oh, no, I would take it with me. I would take it to go home. I need the phylactery as a component so that I may leave this wretched place. Have you smelled that ooze?
Oh,
Gets into
yeah,
everything.
I mean, so, I'm in favor of helping those who are stranded. Once you got home, would you destroy the phylactery?
Oh yes, it would be gone from this place forever, and I would take care of it.
So, tell me, perhaps, let me invite one of my friends. We are cautious, but two can discuss much better than just one.
You should
Just
call
in
me.
case I don't think of something or I forget something. So, pardon me just a moment. Let me report back to my friends through this curtain of water.
Yes.
All right, so I'll walk back through and I'll say, guys, there's this lunatic Eagle guy over there, and he does a song and dance number, and he says he's trapped, and he wants us to bring him back a Lich's phylactery. How about let's get somebody else, and let's make sure we can still, whatever you guys want, I don't care, but it doesn't seem like he's gonna charm me or anything.
Well,
he's kind of like trying to get a quest.
Do we know where his house is or where he's going?
No, we need to discuss all those things, but I wanted to make sure I wasn't the only one in case I missed something.
I'll go in with you to get some of this information.
All right. Anybody else want to? I mean, I think it's probably safe if we all go through, but I don't. Also, it's not a problem to have us keep this safety net going. Whatever you guys think.
So Thrick is going to step through.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you guys? What do you want to do? Do you want to stand guard outside the wall of water, or do you want to step through as well?
I want to go to the opposite direction of the wall of water and yet yell out in my best dwarfish bellow, "Telfar, we found the party!"
Telfar, make a perception check.
We basically found somebody that we could bring up to the Troll Skull Manor and have a show every night and charge money for people to come.
We said he wants to leave, so
I think we do absolutely need to pursue that venue, and I rolled a 29 on my perception check.
So you can faintly hear the echo back from the direction that you came, that Narte is yelling that he found the party. And the Mud Mephit rolled really well, and he hears it as well and kind of stops poking the ooze and looks up in that general direction. And you hear the Mud Mephit go, "Oh great, they probably met that stupid Merid."
Yeah, alright. I can make it back here.
Okay.
In 120 feet.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I can haul ass back pretty quick.
Okay.
To about there.
I'm thinking of
That's my
speed.
maximum range.
the land speeders from Star Wars as you fly through the chasm.
Yeah, the pod racers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And as I pass over the mud method, I'm gonna try to spit on his head.
Make a dex or make a
An attack roll.
yeah, it's basically a improvised attack roll, so make it it's just a dex check.
I'm pissed.
What'd you get?
A 10.
I don't know. That might actually hit a mud mephit. I have to look it up. Wait, mephits aren't really that fantastic, so I better look it up.
It's really just for RP. You could decide whether it hits or not.
Yeah, the stalactites are drippy. You know, he wouldn't even know.
Well, that's just it.
Hey,
Now, Carl, since
Wait, what'd you get?
doesn't know-
You got a 10?
yeah.
No, you just missed him. But some of it does kind of, some of the back spray kind of gets on him. He goes, shit, I got ooze on me now. God, I hate this place.
Carl's thinking that the walls of water are pretty good at stopping mud methods, I bet you. They probably dissolve trying to go through those walls of water.
Actually, I think you might have just found a plot hole. I didn't think about that.
Anyway,
Huh. Yeah, I think you found a plot hole. What happens if a mud mephit gets clean? Yeah, it doesn't say that they take damage from water. So, Thrick, you go in and this mephit says, I not do the dense number again.
it was awesome. I'll tell everybody else and just gush about. Oh yeah, he said it was like 4 different refrains about how he was our Lord and all this other stuff, and water would shoot up and quippers would sing in chorus afterwards. It was awesome.
He says,
See this.
thank you for the generous praise. You know, if you bring me this phylactery, if you're ever, on the elemental plane of water, you would be welcome as my guest in my home.
But you want to go back to a different plane?
That is where my home is, yes. That's why I need this. That's why I need this Ezat's phylactery, so that I can get back there, you see.
Well, I could just teleport you there.
No, you don't actually need the phylactery. We can put you at.
He says, no, you see, you cannot teleport me, and you can't teleport you. You are bound by the magical incantations of one Hallister Blackcloak, which is why I am trapped here to begin with. Your teleport spell would not work.
So you're saying I can't plane shift you to another plane?
No, you cannot.
God damn it, Chris. You're making this harder.
So you wait for us to go and kill Alistair.
So yeah, that's the only.
No, wait. If you kill Alistair, then I'll be stuck here forever because there will be no way to undo what he has done. I am trapped.
Oh yeah. Well, we definitely want to help you before we ever get to that point. So
Yes,
how did you
please.
get stuck here. What happened?
Well, so if you get the phylactery, don't listen to that scumbag Jaruk. He is a piece of crap. Don't listen to him, and do not take the phylactery to him. He wants it too. He's not going to offer you any guest space in his house.
Who's Jaruk?
Jaruk is a piece of shit. Jaruk is another genie. He is a Dao. And he is trapped here as well. But I don't care. Screw him. He can stay here.
Oh, so he's a Dao? Okay, we're leaving him then.
Yes, that's what I want. Yeah, bring the phylactery to me. Leave him. Nobody cares about him. Even his own mother doesn't care about him.
So are you a Jinn or a
I am.
genie?
I am a Merid.
Ah. Oh, okay.
I am from the
I don't
elemental
think
plane of
one
water.
one of your kind. Ah.
Yeah, dour slaver genies.
Yes, yeah. The Merid would never stoop to such levels as selling slaves. Well, sordid business, that.
What type of genie is he again?
He's a Merid.
A what?
A Merid?
Oh, okay.
Merid. No, Merids would never stoop to that level. They like singing and dancing.
Yes, yes.
Well, so how did you get trapped here? I mean,
Oh, that wily one, that crazy wizard. He trapped us both, me and that trashy Jaruk. And yes, so yeah, he trapped us here, and then he pitted us against each other. That whoever of us gets the phylactery, then we get to go home, and the other one stays trapped here, and has to live out their existence. And then for a genie, that is a very long time.
that sounds pretty horrible.
It sucks.
Yeah. Well, do you know where this Jaruk is so we can avoid? I mean, really, if we fell into his clutches, he might not be too happy if we weren't supporting him. So it'd be good to just avoid him entirely.
Yes, he
Do you
has.
know where he is?
He has some glittering, shiny caverns. Let's see, they would be from here. They would be to the northeast, at the very edge of the Caverns of Ooze.
Okay. What is that ooze in it? Ooze? I haven't seen any ooze.
Oh, terrible stuff. Yeah, every once in a while that scummy little mud method comes in. He is a handy little tool, except that he is here to basically be the intermedium between me and Jaruk. He is a slimy little devil, and he just reeks. That ooze is disgusting. It smells like vomit and a baby's diaper full of Indian food.
Oh my god, that's awful.
Yeah, it's terrible. But from what he tells me, that sometimes the ooze takes shapes. It's nothing to be scared of, but they could be quite entertaining at times.
It takes shapes. So okay, well, so we the biggest problem with the ooze is that it stinks. That's
Yes, it's horrible. And he's the mud method, so what are you going to do, right? I tried to wash him off. You can't clean a mud method.
oh, well, yeah, it's kind of built in, I would guess.
Yes.
Well, all right. So did Hallister summon you here and then proceed to trap you and Jaruk? Is
Yes.
that how this all came to be?
Yes. And playing his crazy games. I'm sure he finds this all rather hilarious.
Ah, I see. How long have you been stuck here?
You see him counting on his fingers. He goes, I think it was 3 centuries, 2 months ago.
Holy crud.
Yes, you can see why I want to get home. We don't get very many visitors down here.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's pretty bad. And this is all the room you have here?
Yes.
You have to live in this little cavern for 300 years?
Yes. There's my home, my palatial home on the elemental plane of water. It has hundreds of rooms, much larger than this one.
Guys, we should trust him. They hate evil creatures.
Oh yeah, I mean, this guy had me at the Quipper dancing. But it was
I
awesome.
can see that.
Yeah. Did you train them, or are you using magic to make this happen?
Oh,
300 years.
a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Well,
But they're trained, but don't swim in the pool. They're not trained that well.
Oh, yes. No. Yeah. Thanks for the warning. Well, all right. I'll tell you what. Personally, with your assurances that the Lich is not to be released and will be destroyed unless we find out something different, because Hallister's been playing all sorts of games, so I don't know anything about this Lich, but yeah, we'd be happy to bring the phylactery back to you to help you get out of this trap.
Oh, I thank you. Thank you, my friend.
Is there anything else that that we can do in case that we're mortals, and one of the best things that mortals do is die. So just in case that happens, anything that would help you while you're stuck here for the foreseeable future, if we can manage it before we get the phylactery for you?
He can't really think of anything. He says, well, if you run into that stupid mud mephit, spit on him.
Alright.
Oh.
No messages back home or anything like that 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 we might be able to help with.
Oh, no. I assuming that you will be successful, my friend, I shall be greeting my family and friends soon, I think.
Okay. Well, we do live above all of this, and we regularly leave these caverns that Hallister has enchanted. So we can do things that can't be done here.
Yes.
So we could potentially communicate with the elemental plane of water or something along those lines. Things that you might not be able to do right inside here.
He tells you, he says something that might help you, if that is the case, is that, he says to the east, there's an area that has told me about, that is separated by a pit, he says. But he has told me that in the end of that cavern is one of what he calls Hallister's gates. It leads to level 12. So perhaps that could be a faster way out for you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and we may really be looking for something like that, because if we can't teleport from here, that will be an issue. Speed will definitely go down.
Yes.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you, and that show that you put on was truly entertaining.
Well, thank you. It's appreciative to have fans.
All right, so boom, leaving.
Okay, so Telfar
And just
makes
I'll
it
step-
through.
just as I step back and ask him, what is the purpose of these walls of water?
No, they deaden the sound so that any other people don't get perturbed in the dungeon from my singing.
Your singing is awesome.
That's what I said.
If I needed more proof that Hallister has lost it, I now have it.
He's a crazy old man.
Okay, I leave.
Okay. So Telfar makes it through, and it's kind of like, what's going on? So I assume that Aaron's going to fill everybody in on this whole situation.
Yeah.
Okay. And I would assume that Telfar, are you going to tell them what you saw as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
That way.
So.
That's what I say. Ooze is that way.
Well, then we both learned a little bit about the mud method, so that information will be common between the two, or a connection point.
So from here, where do you guys want to go?
Well, let's see. We know that that there's supposed to be a gate to the east, and that to the north and east is the bad guy that we're supposed to avoid. So, hey, Telfar, scout. Our scout. Where should we go?
Well, I didn't see much of any ooze, and I think I saw the chasm that you're talking about that leads to the gate. I didn't see much over there except for some nasty little slimy things down in the bottom of the pit. I recommend we go northward.
All right. Done.
Okay.
That's about all we needed.
So you're heading up into Area 2? Is that correct?
I'm there. I'm snooping.
Okay. All right.
See?
And Telfar's gonna go the other direction.
And nobody knows.
Just moving around the room.
Snooping.
Okay.
Snooping. Snooping. Snooping.
So. Wow. Okay. Hold on here. I need stuff for this. Let's see here.
Before we part ways, Telfar's gonna let everyone know that he'll send a paper bird if he needs anything or has pertinent information in his scouting.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going to go to you're going to go to the north on the left spot. Okay, got it. When you bring those icons in and they're huge and then they get small, it just somehow hit me that they're falling and they're very close to me and they're huge.
They're just dropping out of the sky. Let's see here.
So I am losing power on one of my phones. If I go out for a minute, I'll be back on my other one.
Okay.
You can stop adding enemies anytime now.
No, the more the merrier.
Fireball.
Yeah, right.
I think I'm gonna switch right now.
Dum da dum da dum. So you come into this area, and the first thing that you notice is that there are 12 Orogs in here. Orogs being, let me describe an Orog to you. So they are an orc. They are orcs that are blessed with surprisingly keen intellects, and they are much smarter than ordinary orcs. Regular orcs believe that an Orog is a gift from the orc goddess Luthik. However, these Orogs, and this one is actually different than the rest.
different orc. And she is named Ruka. And she appears to be the leader. She's a little bit bigger than the rest. So these Orogs, they are wearing very strange armor.
Mud armor.
No, they have. They are wearing armor, and they have helmets, and the helmets have large, round glass eyes that they're looking through, and the bottom part of the face on the helmet looks like it has tentacles, and some of the tentacles go back and are attached to a backpack section of the helmet, of the armor, like kind of like a space helmet or a diver's helmet.
Clearly, these are illithids. These are mind flayer wannabes.
And the Orogs. So this room is 15 feet high. Everybody except for Telfar, make a perception check.
23.
18.
Cancel. And Narte? Did we lose Shamish? I guess we did.
Looks like it.
27 on perception for Naruto.
Okay, so you guys all notice when you look up at the ceiling. The ceiling is about 15 feet high, and carved into the ceiling are hundreds of glaring eyes. They all look like they're looking down at you.
Wow.
And the Orogs are all hostile. And I mean,
Initiative.
yep, everybody needs to roll initiative. You got, it's not like you guys just kind of, ran in here. So
Let's say, whoa. We've been killing things all week. Don't you guys want to talk about anything?
Thrick, what'd you get?
10.
Okay.
One higher than last time.
Telfar, what'd you get?
Telfar was worried about phones running out of juice.
Yes.
I fixed that problem. I have an 18.
Okay. Norate, what'd you get?
8.
Oh crap.
Still did better than the Orogs. Cancel.
14.
And Aaron.
21.
Okay. So, Aaron, you are at the top of the stack, and as soon as you guys move in, it looks to you like these Orogs have used this cavern as someplace to bed down, and they've created a camp, a makeshift camp here. But they're all wearing plate armor, and they have these weird helmets with the tentacles. What would you like to do?
I'm going to say, just stop right there, you little scuzz buckets, and I'm going to do an intimidation to say, everybody just chill.
Make an intimidation check.
24.
Okay, well, they only got a 15. So, they...
I mean, if they're hard over on just attacking for food or whatever, then whatever. But
So...
I don't know. I haven't done this very much, so I don't know what happens.
Well, that's a very good question.
I guess I'm trying to convince them to back down from a confrontation. That's one of the examples.
So, Aruka, the leader, holds up a fist and says, "What you want here?"
We are exploring and going deeper through this entire what is this place called?
Undermountain.
Undermountain. And we've been killing stuff, and the blood stains are just hell to get out of my cloak, and I'm sick of it. So just let us through. We ain't messing with you. You don't need to mess with us, because otherwise, if this gets ugly, I'm gonna have to get my cloak cleaned again. And that's gonna piss me off. So just
Ruka says, "Yes, but crew needs to eat," and so for the first round, they will be at disadvantage because you have successfully intimidated them.
I want a taste. I'm gonna feast for them so they'll let us pass.
That's just what I was thinking. I'll summon a bunch of ale and a bunch of food.
Telfar,
Eat. Leave us alone.
what would you like to do with your... You don't know any of that is going on. What would you like to do for your exploration?
For Telfar's exploration, I just want to go a little deeper.
Okay. So...
About here.
Okay. So... You are going to find something very interesting.
Good, interesting, or bad?
Good.
My last stealth check was something else, 37 or something. Did you want me to re-roll that for this little expedition cruise?
Yes.
What's the
Cool.
lowest you can get?
The lowest I can get is 32. If I take 10 on my roll. But I don't have to because that's a 41.
So, sitting in this puddle of ooze, you see a large ship that is shaped like a cuttlefish. And it appears, you can see with your flying, that this up here is an upper deck. Now, I say it's a ship because that's the best thing that I can use to describe it. That's what you would most likely come to the conclusion that that's what this is it's some kind of boat. And the upper deck, you can see, because you're flying, that this huge upper deck has 4 ballista on it, and each ballista is manned by what looks like an Orog. And they're wearing the plate armor with the helmet and the whole 9 yards. Make a perception check.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't see nothing.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I guess I see something. I got like a 15.
A 15's enough. You can see that towards the aft of this strangely shaped boat, that on the upper deck there is an open hatch, and the hatch, you've seen these types of hatches before when you were on the Scarlet Marpenoth, that it is a pressure hatch with a wheel on it to cinch it down. And you can see that it is open and that there is a ladder that leads down into the interior of this craft. And when you look at this ship, when I say it's huge, I'm not joking. It's 290 feet long, 50 feet wide, looks to be about 25 tons. It is made of a black alien resin that looks to be as hard and thick as wood.
Sweet.
The front of the ship, and they're part covered in this ooze, there are these tentacle-like rams at the front of the ship. So it looks like the front of this looks like the front of this vessel could be used to ram another ship, kind of like a Greek trireme.
All right.
But they got all artsy-fartsy with it and made the rams look like tentacles. And they're made of the same resin.
Yeah, so they're stiff. They're not.
Yeah, they're not wavy tentacles. These here, you see that what would be the eyes of this cuttlefish are, and you've seen this before too. You notice that they are heavy glass orbs that would be used as like windows. Very similar to the Scarlet Marpenoth. Except that this is huge compared to the Marpenoth.
Now, you know, when we were going underwater to do, what's his name, Fancy Pants' job for him, we did run into a submarine at one point. Just to make sure Telfar remembers, there was some, you've been exposed to the concept. We rode in them, all that
Yeah,
jazz.
Starlaxle, he had the little mini submarine.
Right, which was the Scarlet Marpenoth.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is very similar to that, but on a enormous scale. And it doesn't appear to you that this would be a submarine of any kind because the top deck is open. Also, the thing that you most immediately notice is that, I mean, your assumption is that it's some kind of sailing ship. However, it has no mast and you see no sails.
All right. Well, back to the other battle.
Okay. Cancel. What would you like to do with these numerous Orogs? Are you... There you are.
Cast a
Fireball on the floor.
Fireball.
So you're going to cast Fireball?
Yeah.
Alright. So everybody needs to make dexterity saving throws. The Space Orogs only got an 8. And Ruka got a 6. So they're going to eat all of it.
I got a 7.
You're going to eat quite a bit as well. What about Narate?
Norate got a 20. No, yes, 20.
Nice. I assumed that would save.
I got 24 because I forgot I got advantage.
Ah, okay.
So you saved. Half damage for Narate and Thrick. What about Aaron?
I grab Ruka's, or whatever her name is, shoulder, hug her to me, and use her as a shield and roll a 26.
Okay. So with your ring of evasion, you will take no damage.
Right.
And
Good thing to be a rogue.
you know, Cancel, you're in your own blast radius, so you kind of need to make that dexterity save too.
I make it.
Okay, so you will take half damage. So roll her up. How much are you doing here?
40 max. 40 full damage.
40 damage. Wow. So oddly enough, none of them die. However, the regular Orogs look awful. They are not doing well. And Ruka is very badly burned, but she's still up. Is there anything you want to do with a bonus action? Or movement?
Finger flick the nose of the one nearest you, you probably kill it.
I'm good.
Okay. Thrick, what would you like to do? I mean, being a lizard folk, I almost feel like I should make Thrick make a wisdom saving throw to not just start eating one of them.
Well, I'll do that after the fight.
They're pretty cooked.
Yeah.
Real.
It's not burned, it's blackened.
But
Blackening required.
Did we take a long rest when we were in the treasure room?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna attack with my sword, I guess.
Okay. So,
On, the one right next to me.
so this guy right here, go for it.
Yep. 15 probably misses.
That's a miss.
Yeah. What's my bonus action? I'm gonna try to bite him.
Okay.
Does try not 13? No.
Nope. Okay. Narate, what would you like to do?
I would.
I mean, you basically have one right next to you.
Did it?
I don't think the fireball.
So you would have taken. So everybody who made their dexterity saving throw took 20 points of damage from the fireball.
I think you can still feed them, Norate. You can still offer to feed them.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna offer to feed the orbs because they said they're very, very hungry.
Okay. So are you casting create food and water, or create food and
With
ale?
my hammer, yes, and have like 30 gallons.
You cast the hero's feast.
I think it. No.
It is. Let me see here. It is.
I can create food, cast create food and water, instead creating 45 pounds of cheap food and 3 gallons of cheap ale.
Yeah.
There you go.
And so that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Don't forget to tell them to eat it. That's a free action.
Yeah, go ahead and make a persuasion check, and you can make it an advantage because you just created a whole bunch of food.
But they're all like one breath away from death at this point.
Right.
And given the chance to.
Looks like it is 19
Okay.
on my persuasion.
And they once again only got a 15. The Orogs so you cast your you used your hammer and you cast create food and water, creating all of this food and ale. And the Orogs just dive into it and just start chowing down. And Ruka looks at you and says, you would do this for us even though we attack you and want to eat you?
As long as you let us go. Now, as a dwarf, I'm supposed to have a grudge against you, but I usually don't hold grudges against anyone except Duergar.
I have my standards. This line and no further.
Those losers.
Yeah.
Those losers can all die.
Yeah. Screw those guys. So
Draw your line somewhere.
So Ruka says we can agree to this. And Ruka tells you, she says, in the process, in between mouthfuls of food and slobbering down ale, she tells you that, she says, oh, this is a terrible place. The ooze, it flows through and it stinks. And this is an awful place. We were the crew of, I have to look it up because
Scavenger.
Yes, the scavenger. And she says, we were the crew of the scavenger, and my mate was the cook, but I don't think that he made it. And she tells you that Captain Nagathrod went insane, and that the scavenger is a spell jamming vessel, and they were in orbit over Toril when they were lured into a portal and brought here, and without being able to get out, Nagathrod, the Mind Flare, went crazy and started eating the crew. And that's when she led the Orogs out. But she doesn't think that, she couldn't find her mate at the time, and she doesn't think that he made it. She thinks Nagathrod probably ate his brains.
What's a Gathrod?
Nagathrod is the captain of the scavenger. He is a mind flare, and he dresses like a pirate. His right leg is a peg, and she says that he is a powerful arcanist. So the only intelligent thing that she and the Orogs could do was to escape, was to run away, because it was either to be eaten by Nagathrod or be incinerated in some spell.
Very interesting. So you're telling me there is a Spelljammer ship in here somewhere?
Yes.
And that it's trapped.
Yes, it is to the northwest of their current location.
What was life like when you were free to roam the plains?
She tells you that they were pirates.
Ah.
And that they basically plundered ships all throughout this crystal sphere.
Well, I appreciate you not getting blood on my cloak. But if we find some way, this ship sounds very interesting, and if we find some way to take this ship, and you show us how to use it, we will return you home and take this ship for our own.
She says that would be. She says that would be fantastic. There is one problem with that. One, the ship is stuck here. I don't know how we would get it out. And two, the spelljamming helm on the bridge vanished shortly after we were brought here.
Was the Ooze here when you guys appeared?
Yes. But the spelljamming helm, the chair that sits on the bridge that would allow the captain to, or any spellcaster, to interface with the ship and fly it, actually vanished. Like, it just disappeared right off of the bridge of the ship.
Huh. Do you have any way to describe this item or pictures of it? Something that would let us magically hone in on it? Because I have a friend who can find things.
She describes it. Let's see here.
The better description we can get, or the better chances of us locating object.
She describes it as a heavy chair that was bolted to the floor, and that the person who sat in the chair would put on a helm that was connected to the chair by a cable of some kind, and that they could use their magical power to then pilot the ship.
Okay. So what is it? What's with these helms that you have? These look like mind flayer tentacles.
No, that was Captain Nagathrod's idea. They will allow us to, for a short time, spend a period of time outside of the protective bubble of the spelljamming vessel. They're spacesuits.
Oh, are you in trouble here? Are you at risk of surviving here, or are you talking about when the vessel is free?
When the vessel is free. They're basically plate armor, but they also these particular suits of armor will allow for a 1-hour spacewalk.
Okay. Yeah, I was just role playing it because I figured that's what it was, but
yeah.
Okay. Are there more of you that we will have to confront? Is this the crew, or are there more on the ship?
She says, I'm hoping that my mate is on the ship, but I'm not holding out much hope. I think that this is all that is left of us.
Well, you all seem to be very damaged, and I'm not inclined to heal you up because you basically asked for this.
This is all on you. This is your fault. You did this to yourselves.
Well, I mean, if I don't maintain my tough guy pose, I don't think they're going to respect me. So
yeah, don't show weakness in front of the orcs.
But you, Rithra, we will go and find the ship if you will accompany us, and we might be able to avoid killing more of your kind with your assistance. But it's up to you. We have no problem. It's just a dry cleaning bill for my cloak.
She says that her and the Orogs are going to stay here. They have no intention of trying to face the captain.
Gotcha.
Orcs aren't afraid of much, but this mind flare evidently puts the fear into them.
Okay. All right. Okay, guys. We got us a spelljammer ship to get.
So,
Telfar, what would you like to do?
well, I think during their whole thing, Telfar is gonna do just a back and forth, tip to stern kind of overview of the ship.
Okay.
So that he can, make his notes and draw his diagrams later.
Okay.
And then as he makes it to this side of the ship, he's gonna be all like, huh, what is this 15 area?
Okay. That is a good question. What is that 15 area? So in 15, you find that right here, rising up out of the pool of ooze, you find a pair of 15-foot tall standing stones topped with a lintel that has carved into it the symbol of an arrow. You've run into these enough times, you recognize that this is clearly one of Hallister's gates.
Not of much interest then. Telfar will probably want to check out these fiddly bits that go down to 16, down to level 8, just to, looking for enemies, looking for possible, threats.
So in 16, you do find yet another tunnel. Looks like it was once again carved by a purple worm that goes down to the next level of Undermountain beneath this one.
And inspection around these areas doesn't reveal any kind of enemy presence?
No.
Oh, all right.
Why would enemies leave us presents?
In 14, you find that this is a 10-foot high cave, and there is make a perception check.
Kandooski. Ooh, yeah. 19 plus 3, 22 plus 9, 31.
Ooh, okay. Let's see here. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong spot. Hold on here. Huh. One time I knew where all of this stuff was. It's in here. Yeah, that works. In here. Now this is the correct shape. You find a enormously huge gray ooze. And once again, this gray ooze, something about it, when you look at it, it appears to have some form of intelligence.
Like the puddings in the bottom of the cavern, or in the bottom of the ditch, or whatever it was.
Correct. And the other thing that you notice about this ooze is that 3 different parts of the ooze appear to move independently of one another.
Sweet, I passed my turn.
Okay. I think we are going to take a break there for this week. Hold on just a second. Let me... Yeah, we will take a break there. So we will pick this up next week, Friday at 6 p.m. So as I was saying at the beginning of the show, is that so it looks like Washington, all of Washington, is still in phase 1 of their recovery plan, and so we will not be meeting in person for a game next week as much as I want to, but we will play again online via Roll20 and Skype again next week.
Well, this format's definitely working better for me than just like Twitch staring at your table. Yep,
I agree. This is working better. So yeah, we will continue with this format, and I will see how long I can continue it. I mean, they're saying that this time it's going to last until January 25th, which isn't that far away. But in order to get to phase 2, for 2 consecutive weeks, a county has to see a 10% decrease in COVID cases. I don't foresee that happening, and I just don't see that becoming a thing. And on the flip side of that, I cannot continue to live with, I mean, I'm only charging you guys $5 per person for the remote play, so I don't foresee myself being. I am at my limit now. I can no longer afford to do this, and so I don't know. I may have to just be a rebel and break the rules, and I don't know. We'll see how that turns out. But I'm going to cross my fingers. We'll see what happens after the 25th. I know I say this every time they extend it a little bit further, but now it's starting to become dire for me. So we will see how this pans out. I'm going to give it till the 25th, and we'll see. So I will keep you guys updated. Yeah, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. Maybe they can do it. I don't have that much faith in humanity, though. So,
yeah, same here. But you never know.
Yeah, I might be surprised. That would be pleasant.
So, vaccines now, so.
Yeah, right. So, all right. I will see you guys next week.
Thanks, Chris.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
If too much longer, we can always play outside once it warms up a little bit. I'm predicting an early spring. Things in my garden are already sprouting. I see gooses flying in the sky.
You know what's weird? The geese here never left. They never flew south. It never got cold enough for them to say, hey, you know what? We're going down to Mexico. That just never happened.
Weird winter.
It is very, very strange. Yeah.
That is weird. Global warming. There we go.
Hooray.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys. We will see everybody next week.
Take it easy, everyone.